is an option. Sorry, family room. It used to be the library. It's going to take my brain a long time to make that switch. That's an option. You can take that option. But if you write this work down on a piece of graph paper, you have the answers to 2 of the next homework assignments. One of them being like one of the very next homeworks, like I think the next homework I assigned to you guys. And it's in the packet, which is why I'm not going to let you get the packet out, because I know some of you have worked ahead. And the other problems come from the closure, the very end of the chapter section. So, you can only have graph paper out. I'm watching you, Gust. You can only have graph paper out and a pencil. No calculators unless I specifically say, okay, this problem, you can use a calculator. Questions?
Our homework packet, do we turn it in now?
Quite frankly, I do not care. I already have plenty to grade over the weekend. Turn it in now if you want. Turn it in Monday, Tuesday. We'll figure out collecting homework another time.
Can I ask a question about the closure?
Sure, it will be collected at some point. I don't know when, if you're asking me for a due date.
Okay. Who's the word question?
It's a what?
A lonely.
What? There's like a typo?
On both sides. No.
Jake, yourself.
I know, but I don't know.
You can move the desk.
When it says 2 tiles, does it mean 2 tiles is together?
2 tiles total.
And it doesn't matter?
Yep, so you're representing 0 using 2 tiles. So like,
Jake is obviously doing this. Gotcha.
yeah.
That was my question all week.
Yeah.
All week.
There you go. All right, so hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Colin, which team are you on? 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, Anna, you do need to be on that side for sure. And so does Jake. I would move on the lower desks. It's easier. All right, here's how this is going to work. If you don't read the fine print, not my fault. I don't have any coins, so that'll probably be a dice roll. We'll determine the first team, even versus odd, right? Like a dice roll can be used just like a coin toss. When the question is chosen, and it will be picked by a person I draw by random card, everyone solves. Everyone. Not just the team that picked it, everyone. Here's why. Let's read on. If your team then, because I have cards this year, hey, I know we're moving desks, but make sure you're listening so you guys know what's up in the game. The person who picked the number is not necessarily the person who gives the answer. I pick the person who gives the answer at random, and they have to have the answer already. So it can't be like, you know, I pick Nevin, and all of a sudden Max is like, oh, Nevin! It's like, no. Nevin's already got to have it. So when you guys are solving, everyone should be talking. Like your whole team should be talking with each other. You can stand up, move around, whatever. You just got to keep our masks on, but you can stand up, move around, share answers. You can show each other work. I don't care if people are copying off each other, but we all need to understand how we got to the answer. If you get it wrong, or if the other team thinks you are wrong, so I will give opportunities for like, do you want to challenge, right? Say Nevin gives me the answer, and then Jake wants to challenge. Jake can be like, I disagree. I think it's like whatever. Now, you can say you disagree, but then I will randomly pick somebody from your team to tell me what your team thinks the answer is. So Jake can't just be an island over there disagreeing with Nevin, because then his team might be like, oh, we don't agree with you. Right? Like, you got to talk with your team the whole time. So if the answer is wrong and the other team steals, they can steal the corresponding points. What are the corresponding points? Put your eyes on the board. The question, like the math question, is worth 4 points. The only team that gets those points is the team who, like, I drew the card and said, give me the answer. Both teams don't get those points. Sorry. We alternate questions back and forth. You can get those points if you steal, right? If you are ready to steal. A middle block, I think we all know this, but there have been years where I have to explain this. A middle block versus an outer block, right? Middle blocks are arguably easier to pull out. So outer blocks are worth 5, middle blocks are worth 3. This failed earlier this morning, but right now I have you split as south and north. I don't care if you want to make up your own team name. People have been like backyardigans before or whatever. You have 1 minute to decide and write a name up here. Otherwise, you're just north or south. 1 minute. Talk with your team. School appropriate. School appropriate.
You need the octagon?
I didn't really mean for that to be erased, but okay. I guess I didn't say that.
Is it like the first one you touch or the first one you push?
We have more fine print to read. We have more fine print to read.
The better team.
Wait, you went where? I'm trying to read your shirt.
That's a catchphrase. I don't think that's right.
The better team.
Yeah.
That's really
We
good.
even have a catchphrase. You do good better.
We do good better. Nice. Alright, sit down. Good work. That was only 58 seconds. That was actually really impressive. Great work. Alright. This is where people will try to tell each other they're breaking the rules, and then I tell you, you didn't listen. I made that Mega Jenga last night. Cost me just under $10 from Home Depot and about 2 hours in the shop. So, I get to make the rules. You don't like it? Go make your own. So, in my Mega Jenga, this is the fine print of the rules. Because I don't want the tower falling over every 2 minutes. Here's the deal. You are allowed to hold the tower while you're pulling out your block. Because that's not actually the challenging part. The challenging part is getting the tower to then stay standing. Because if I have to hold the tower while pulling out a block, it might not want to come. So here's the other thing that you're allowed to do in Mega Jenga. When you get up here, you have approximately 30 seconds to make stuff happen. You are allowed to poke around. Because I want you to start understanding physics and this thing called coefficient of friction. You'll learn about it in high school, but it's a thing. So you can poke around and find like, oh, this is an easy block. Or you can just come up here and be like, yoink. I don't care what you do. But then, this is the hard part. Then, so, well, this would be 3 because the outer.
There's two.
Or 5 for the outer, sorry.
There's one at the top.
This, I just ended up with 1 extra block, so I was like, forget it, I'm bringing it. So, you can't draw from these rows. The row being made and the 2 at the top. Now, honestly, that's how you pull the tower over. I've seen more people pulling at the top that pull the tower over than pulling at the bottom. And that's just a physics thing.
Just wait.
Yes.
Could you purposely make it hard?
Yeah. If you leave it super sus for the next group.
I can get the bomb.
So,
Okay, go.
read, check it, read, seriously. You have 10 seconds to place your block on the top. Then, if you're leaving it super sketchy, it has to stand for 30 seconds. After that, we'll assume it's a natural disaster if it falls over.
It's not your problem.
So we'll assume an earthquake happened or something.
Not your problem. It's not your problem.
All right, so, Nevin, roll this across the floor. If this guy comes up even, Nevin's team gets to start. If it's odd, your team gets to start. Chug it, not super hard.
If it's even, the better team gets
Even, the better team.
We are better.
We do good better.
We do good better.
All right, shuffle up and deal. You can still steal it. Oh, by the way, the first 10 questions are from. I wanted to let you guys know which section is which. I believe- The first 10 questions, approximately, are from your next homework. Max, put your packet away. No packets out right now. The next 10 questions are from the closure. So from general chapter or whatever. So they're not listening, so I don't really care. Who's up first?
Wait, Mr. Hudson,
You
are
guys
you
are
keeping score?
Max, I can't believe it, but you landed on top again. You were on top and I shuffled. So Max, you give me a number.
Are you gonna be keeping score?
No, you guys do.
I will.
Hey, so normally it's easiest. Hey, it's normally easiest if the person who was just at a tower just goes and writes the points. So watch, it'll just happen naturally. But the more questions we can answer, the quicker we get into the game, the more questions we can answer. 4. So, Max, give me a number between 1 and 20.
So, using the obviously superior or better way of doing things, first is the worst, second is the best. So let's go with 2.
Which is greater?
Anna, sit down.
'Make sure you're careful how loud you're talking, especially if it's not your team. Like, you don't want to give the answer to the team who's solving. Oh, come on. Of course I missed. Sorry. "30 seconds. Aharon, be quiet and sit down. This is not a thing where we're smack talking. All right, Jordan. What is your answer from your team?
Left.
The left side is greater. Octonauts trying to challenge?
No.
Nah, the left side is great. What was the value of the left side?
0.
4.
I have an objection.
No.
It's because we don't know what X is, so if it was originally a negative number, then, and like, it was like negative 1,000.
Does X matter here?
No.
No, because they all cancel out. Sorry, you're right. We would like to know what X is, but here all the X's cancel out. So very good point, Raven. But only if X's were left over, which X's aren't left over here. So, Jordan, since you were the answer person, you can either come draw a block or give it off to somebody else. Then that person who does that goes to the board and adds the points. So 4 points for the question, 3 or 5 extra for the block, or negative 10 if you knock over the tower. That would be unfortunate.
You should just punch it over, right? Just slap it.
He easily pulled out.
Oh yeah, that was kind of a...
Do one on the outside.
All right, on the other side, Anna, give me a number.
2. Is he the first one?
12?
Put it on the top.
Fill in the missing spots. Yeah, guys, I don't wait for the person pulling the block. We move on because we want to answer as many questions as possible. Oftentimes, I recycle these problems into the mastery test. So you want to solve these right now. Oh, here, I forgot to say this, but because we're in a math classroom, we're not doing tick marks. We're going to keep track of what happened with, like, they got 4 and they got 3, and now they have 7 ready for the next round to start. 30 seconds, because this one is on the easier side of our spectrum.
No, it's not. It's not.
And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You got a friend in me. All right. Answer person is Connor Brown. Connor, what goes on bottom? What goes on top? Absolutely.
Wait, you give him a chance to catch on.
Yeah, but we need to move fast. I wish we had longer class periods. All right, Grant. Grant, give me a question.
We got a pull.
Give me, it goes up to 20, by the way. It goes up to 20. Can you please listen to me? It looks like it goes to 30. I promise I didn't put 30 questions in here. What was it? 17. Great number. Oh, apparently I didn't put 17 in there, so there's 16. Apparently it goes to 16. There's no way we answer 16 questions in this class. For Rosa.
Guys, sit down and catch the board.
For Rosa. Nope.
Oh, that's easy.
No, it's not.
Where's my paper?
Cannot use calculators.
Guys,
Yo, the random noises, we don't do that. We're not like at the Buckeye game. What is our next homework? 213? 214? 214? Yeah, I was just actually adding that in as a weird random extra. I don't normally do that, but it's because I felt like it. Sure. We'll do like 30 seconds. Super cheesy game show music. Are you all done? Whose team is this again? It's, you guys? Was it Grant that chose that? Amelia! What is your answer and why?
The 24-ounce bag is the better deal.
Why?
If you can tell, the 24-ounce bag, if you times it by 2, that's more than 34. But if you look at the price of the 24-ounce bag, 119. If you times that by 2, it's less.
Yeah, if we buy 2 of these, love that reasoning. 2 of these is cheaper.
Yeah, 2 of those is cheaper than just the 36 ounce.
It's great. Like, you don't need a calculator for this. You just look at it. Good work. Either yourself or send somebody up.
Outside. He's an outside.
Outside. Tap around for the outside.
I will tell you, the first period class ended tied. So, ties are kind of lame. Colin! No, wait. That team. Raven, give me a number.
No, others like sideways. Like
Perpendicular. There you go. Raven, give me a number.
That's 5.
6.
That's 5.
Oh, yes. I'm good at this. Wait,
Yeah, outside's 5, so you got 9. You add 9 points.
Oh.
Add 9, because you got 4 and 5. Right, so now you're at 16. Simplify. 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 It says mystery question. I think it's an old game show. Ooh, I know what music we could put on. There's this one I'm looking for. Yeah.
Yes.
Wii Sports Resort. Alright, 1 minute. Max, I can't do this if you can't handle it. So Max, I need you to sit down. Max, I need you to sit down. Because we're not making good choices while we're standing. About 30 seconds, probably. And are we ready, or do we need an extension? You have 41 seconds. All right, Jake, your card is next. What is the simplified form of this expression?
5 plus negative 5x squared plus 4x plus negative 5y.
You are correct. I like the dang it when you guys are like, that's the answer I have written down. But now we just want to quickly move on to another question so you guys can catch up. Colin, give me a number.
I got it.
9. Is that German for no? Like you don't want to give me a number? You cannot use a calculator. You could use fractions.
Octonauts.
Where did the cat go?
Where'd the cap go? He lost the cap. Can they though?
You could use fractions.
Oh,
Do you guys remember what happens when you divide a fraction by a fraction? Keep, change, flip. Keep, change, flip.
So we lost the cap.
How dare you?
Sorry.
It's probably behind that little shelf over there. Hey, hit number 1. Here. No. You can use fractions, though.
Keep, change, flip. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, some of these problems are tough. Or did it fall into this box? Row ruler. Oh, there it is. In the purple pencils. There you go. Crisis averted. 10 and 2 tenths.
Guys, we're up 5.
10 and 2 tenths. You alright? Yeah, you were smack talking, so I had to calm down. Sorry.
we use the calculator? Mr. Hudson.
We're not allowed to use the calculator. Mr. Hudson, does it have to be simplified?
I mean, it has to be money. You have to, like, tell me the money. Oh, that's... Hey, we're going to stop with the negative talk about ourselves and each other. Quite frankly, because I don't want to hear it. So if you want to do that on your own time, that's up to you. But that's really quite rude to yourself. Really rude to other people.
No, he did. He straight up said he said you're not allowed to use
Yeah, you cannot use a calculator on this. You may use fractions. What's up? Are we gonna be able to solve this? That's what I'm here for. You have 52 seconds. Mission Impossible. We only have 10 minutes of class left. You guys are making it seem like this is an impossible mission. Spencer! Spencer, do you have an answer? Sure, give me what you got.
408.
Did you say 408 over 170? Okay, monies. All right. All right. Octonauts. Gust, would you like to challenge?
No, we would.
Yes.
Malachi, would you like to challenge?
Yeah.
What are you challenging? Oh man, it doesn't seem like you have it.
Can I do $3.30?
Sure you can.
That's not right.
So, if sit down, grab a pencil. If we make this improper, 102 over 10. If we make this proper, it's 17 over 4. If we keep, change, flip, flip. Oh, wait, times. And we get 408 over 170. We can start to simplify this by saying at least how many dollars is it? 2. Does 3 work? No. And then we'd have how much left over?
78 cents.
Not 78 cents, but is it 78 over 170? Is that what you mean? But either way, this is correct. Without a calculator, a little hard to solve the rest of the way. So, that if you guys had it to give to me as like a decimal or whatever, I would have probably argued that would have been a better number, but this is correct. 408 over 170. So, from this side, Spencer. By the way, hey, you're good. For any of you being complainers, hey, gentlemen, stop talking or I'm going to fine you points. Colin and team, stop talking. A unit rate is always just the result of the division. So even if it's not simplified, this is the unit rate because we divided it. So the unit rate is always per, right? It's per. All right, sweet. Back to, so you guys got your points. That was number 9, I think.
If we complete this, do we just get the homework done, or do we just get the papers done?
I mean, you will have the questions answered, but there's no way we're getting through all of these like today. So, who's next? See, I mean, Max just took the option of if you need this time to go work and don't want to play, that is fine. You can go take that option. Malachi, we'll let you pick a number since your card is still on top. Up to 16, or up to 15 now. Sure. Another diamond problem. Hey, it's luck of the draw. It's just luck of the guess. Wait, that's your team. You got the easy problem. Oh. So if we can't handle it, I can't do it. If we can't handle it, I can't do it. All right, do we have an answer?
Yes.
It's not Malachi, it's Patrick.
Okay. So, now, on the right side of the triangle, that's -3.
Okay, and the bottom?
The bottom is 1.
Absolutely. Whatever. Look, shapes are hard. It's a Friday. Nevin, give me a number.
Don't do that one.
What?
13.
13. Whoop, get out of there.
Yes.
Do one in the middle. I gotta do one on the right side. Yeah, I'm gonna do the one.
Jake, you should be solving a math problem right now. You're not helping him pull a block by watching him. You gotta make a selection soon.
No, it isn't.
Ooh, buddy. There it is. There it is. Give yourself your points.
No, we gotta wait 30 seconds?
Oh yeah, I mean, it shouldn't fall. It doesn't look like it's risky. I've seen some risky
What
towers.
if I did this? Go on it.
Yeah, you would lose 10 points, and if you break my smart board, you could buy any one of those.
Ooh.
So you punch the blocks towards that thing, who knows what happens. Max K.
Oh, we're winning by 4 now.
Got answers yet?
Max left.
Ah, dang. I should look around before I call on people. Renault!
No, Max case is not.
Just add all today? I didn't realize that I should take his card out of here.
No, Max is here.
No, that's no.
Max Wright, Max Wright, and Max K. 2 different people. Yeah, we got 2 Maxes. So, Renault.
Max K wasn't on
5 and -5 because they are additive inverses, making 0. Absolutely.
Be outside.
That was 13.
Tap around. See what's stable.
Tap around.
Oh, stable.
Who's going?
You guys. Aharon, give me a number. 11. Oh, because it's words. Yeah, guys, it's a random, like, there's no way to anticipate what's there. Just answer the question. Quit being turds to each other.
Sit down, Nick. I can't see.
And who's to say it's hard? None of you had time to read it yet.
Is it 61? What? No. It says 15 billion.
497.82.
I don't think either of those answers sound legit.
Are you sure?
Are we solving it? It might be you. MC Hammer had weird dance moves. MC Hammer?
No, it's game. Anxiety. Game.
Would you rather do like a math test?
Yeah. I would. I have anxiety.
That's appalling. I put a lot of work into getting this ready. You're going to tell me you'd rather take a math test?
What?
I will have you know, I was still sanding these blocks at 10:30.
I like playing Jenga. I just don't like these math problems that are timed and make anxiety.
They're not timed, really. I'm hanging out until you guys seem like you're ready. What if I put on this song? Does that make things better? Walter, are we about ready? Walter, do we have... Ooh, people are coming back. Oh, it's time to change class. Walter, what's your answer? Ah, crap. Brenda, what's your answer?
16 weeks.
16? How do you figure?
Because 16 times 4 equals 64, and 27 minus 23 equals 60.
That is correct.
I know it is.
Go middle.
Colin, have a great rest of your day. Enjoy nitpicking other people.